to another edition of CNN 10. Our first story today is about all the fighting going on in South Sudan, brought to you by Molly.
Fighting in Sudan started in the 1980s. People were kidnapped and forced to fight in the war. If the people of Sudan refused orders, they would be beaten by soldiers. The fighting between the two groups that are divided into northern and southern regions led to a long civil war. The Lost Boys of Sudan was the name given to the boys who were displaced or orphaned during the Second Sudanese Civil War. In 2005, fighting stopped, and in 2011, a peace agreement led to an official split between the two regions, introducing the new country of South Sudan in July of 2011.
Next up, Abby will decipher the ever-growing pack of presidential hopefuls for the 2020 election.
The 2020 election will be here before we know it. Some of the people running for president are Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Andrew Yang, and Tim Ryan. Only 2 Republicans will join, and 24 Democrats will attend. The election is scheduled for Tuesday, November 3rd. Some sources say that this election will be the most important of all because of the large amount of candidates. So, if you're planning on voting, just know you might be voting in world history.
Next up, we have Ethan Valdez, who is going in for heart surgery but gets a special surprise.
As 9-year-old Ethan Valdez is preparing for open heart surgery, more than 600 students and teachers showed up to plan a huge parade for him.
As Ethan drove down the road in a golf cart, his classmates cheered him on by the side of the road, saying, "We love Ethan," and "Be strong," as he rode past.
It's always been Ethan's dream to have his very own parade, and him and his family felt very blessed for all of the cheering and festivities.
After the parade and receiving many gifts, Ethan is feeling a lot better about going into surgery.
Ryan Rogers will present to you Hometown Hero Officer Sullivan.
I'm Ryan. Welcome to CNN 10. This is our hometown hero, Officer Sullivan. How long have you been a police officer for?
I'm just finishing up my 15th year as a Chelmsford police officer.
Have you ever found yourself in dangerous situations?
In the last 15 years, I've been involved in a lot of situations that people would think were dangerous, but I've learned in those situations, as long as you treat the people that are involved just the way you'd like to be treated, they usually end pretty well.
Okay. What are your duties as a resource officer?
So, first and foremost, obviously there's the safety of the school, the staff, the visitors, everybody like that. But probably my favorite part of being a school resource officer is developing and building connections with students, staff. A lot of people have never met a police officer before, especially at the middle school age. So I get to be their kind of first glimpse into meeting a police officer, and it's a real positive interaction, which I love.
Alright. Where did you go to school?
Ooh, good question. I went to school at South Row in Chelmsford, then McCarthy, then I went to Chelmsford High School, and then I went to college at UMass Lowell.
Did you have a resource officer in your school?
So no, in fact, I'm the first school resource officer in the middle schools ever in Chelmsford.
That's nice. Why did you want to become a resource officer?
That's a very good question. I wish I had time to prepare for these. I'm just trying to think on my feet here. So I ran a football league for middle school kids for years, and I developed a lot of really good relationships with kids, and I realized that it's important for kids, elementary, middle, high school, to have positive role models and positive relationships with police. So I thought that was a really good platform for me to further that.
Yeah, I agree. How was your first year in Chelmsford Middle School?
I loved it, and I feel really lucky to be part of the Parker family, because from the minute I came in, I was really accepted into the school like I had been here for 10 years, and it was really nice to have such a welcoming group of people. So thank you.
No problem. What were some of your favorite memories from this year?
There was a lot of great memories. Probably one of my favorite, because it wasn't something that I ever did when I was in middle school, was the ultimate volleyball game at the pep rally, where I got to play with the staff against the 5th and 6th graders, and then with the staff against the 7th and 8th graders. It was really fun. I think you got to play in that game too, which was pretty cool. Also, the Parker floor hockey tournament was really fun, where I got to play floor hockey. But on a day-to-day basis, like little things like going to lunch, sitting with the kids, and going out to recess, playing Foursquare, hanging out. I had a really great time, and it's stuff I'll never forget. And I bet each year gets even better and better. Hey, thank you for interviewing me. It's been a true honor.
Thank you. It was pretty fun.
All right.
Officer Sullivan might be helpful, but he's not the king of the classroom. The ruler is. Remember, teachers, students are so bright that all you will have to wear are sunglasses. And don't let all those pop quizzes burst your bubbles. And that's it for CNN. I'm Zach Azouz.